is your Pokemon Go item bag having issue? Well, today I'm here to share with you guys how to actually resolve your item bag issues as we're gonna do some item bag management. Alright, so hi to all of you guys. So yes, the reason why I'm actually making this video is because I have received a lot of messages, including on my live stream and including people coming up to me in person at the meetups, asking, hey Brandon, how do I manage my item bag? What should I keep? What should I discard? And how many should I keep of this particular item, and so on and so forth? My item bag is very full. How do I manage it? So all these questions have been thrown to me like in the last couple of days because of one very good reason, which I'll show you guys in a bit. So let's go to bring my screen up and go to the Pokemon Go level up the research over here, and I'll show you guys if you were to see the bottom there, you can actually toggle to see the levels that you actually can go even all the way to level 2. Alright, that's the lowest. I thought it was level 1. I thought I remember going all the way to level 1. Okay, but whatever the case is, a lot of people who actually went from level 40 something or level 30 something and jumped all the way to level 60 something, alright, and those who were at level 46 especially, got the most amount of items. You either would get up to level 69 or level 70. So with that, you get a lot of rewards, like even when you get to level 47, you get yourself like 10 max revive, 15 ultra balls, 10 nana berries, and then next level you get, you know, like max potions and more berries and more balls and 15 ultra balls again, and 10 max revive and 10 pine nut berries. And then at level 50, you get even more potions and more revives. Alright, clogging up your storage space and your item bag like crazy. And from my understanding, you know, like if you actually went from like level 46 all the way to level 70, which is possible, you will have gained close to 2,000 or over 2,000 items if I'm not mistaken. So with that, you know, like I remember when I gained from level 50 to level 70, I think I gained like 1,600 items. So I mean, clearly it's close to 2,000 items from level 46 because of additional 4 levels, right? But you guys can see even at level 55, you get 50 max potions and 15 max revives, etc. So yep, it's just crazy to see the amount of items that's coming. It's a good thing, it's a good problem, alright, that most of us would have, that we have a lot of items. But the question now is, what do we keep? What do we discard? Alright, so even at level 60, you get 50 max potions. And yeah, by the way, this is accessible to everyone. You can actually go to your level there and just go to the bottom there and see all these. Yeah, it's not only accessible to me, alright, I am not related to Niantic in any way that I have access to this that you guys cannot see. Okay, everybody has access to this as long as you play Pokemon Go. Alright, so you get even more items. Like I said, at level 65 you get like 30 max potions, 30 max revive, 15 max revive, sorry, and 30 ultra balls. So those are the crazy amount of items that you get, and upon reaching even level 70, you get even more items and a Master Ball. Alright, so you get 50 max potions and like 25 max revives and more Ultra Balls, man. But whatever the case is, I mean, your item bag did increase a little bit, but it's not gonna help so much. So now the biggest question is, how do we actually handle our own item bag? Alright. So I'll say this first though, let's go to my own item bag and tell you guys that everyone manages your own item bag accordingly and very differently depending on a few factors. The first main factor is this. What do you prefer doing? Do you like catching Pokemon? Do you like fighting gyms and fighting rockets? Do you like, you know, like feeding gyms? Do you like sending gifts? I mean, the gift doesn't matter. Do you like, you know, like to do a lot of raids, etc.? Then your raid passes has to be a lot. Do you like, you know, Go Battle League, etc., or whatsoever? So it really depends on what you like to do in the game. So then it depends on the kind of items that you would then keep. The second question is also, what are you gonna do in Pokemon Go for the next 3 to 5 days, or maybe even 3 days to 7 days? That determines the kind of items that you will keep. So I'll give you an example. For myself, if I'm gonna catch a lot of Pokemon in the next 2 days, then I'll keep a lot of, you know, Pokeballs, Great Balls, an Ultra Balls. But if I know I'm gonna fight a lot of Team Rocket grunts, because when you fight Team Rocket grunts or fight gyms, you actually lose your potions and your revives because you do not get it back. But if I decide to actually buy not Super Rocket Radar, buy the Rocket Radar to actually battle like 50 or 100 leaders in a day, battling leaders with efficient Pokemon, you do get your revives and your potions back. So that's not going to be a worry for me. So it really depends on what my activity is. But there are days, you know, like even I live streamed that day, I did like I think 400 or 500 rocket battles in a day. And yes, I needed to keep like about 250 hyper potions and 250 like max revives or revives, so that I can continuously battle them without worry that I'm out of medicine. According to the top there, it shows medicine. Alright. So it really depends on your activities. So for most people who have been coming up to me to ask me, you know, like most of the time they have like few hundreds, alright, of potions. Either like, when I say potions, I'm defining it as including max potions and hyper potions and super potions and potions just in general. So obviously the most sensible thing, if you have like all those distributed in that numbers, if you want to discard your potions, is a good idea. Okay, if you're not gonna go ahead to battle grunts or battle the gyms in the next few days, then there's no point keeping few hundreds of potions. The most important question that I'll ask people is this. Just a few days ago, just in fact yesterday also, there was a lady who came up to me and she has like 350 max potions and 500 max revive. I asked her one question. How many days will it take you to finish this amount of max potions and max revives? Then she think. And then she said, 2 years. Then I said, okay, so if you say you are able to utilize all these items in 2 years, within these 2 years, are you going to spin out any more max potions and revives? And when you open your friend's gifts, you also get those items back. She said yes. See, I just got one revive from spinning the Pokestop, my Go Plus spun that. So there we go, just got it from that. So yeah, when she realized what I'm telling her, then I said to her, within these 2 years that you finish your 350 max potions and 500 max revives, and you get more potions and max revives, don't you think it will take longer than 2 years to finish it? She's like, yes. So if you're going to have to keep all this for 2 years, then don't you think that your item bank is going to have issue for like months? And she's like, yes. So then I basically told her it's ideal to clear your item bag, your potions, and keep potions that will last you for about maximum 3 months. But of course, it also varies from people to people, depends on what you're gonna do. Because within 3 months, I guarantee you will be able to get your potions and items back. But of course, it also depends on whether you have friends to open gifts. It also depends on whether you have access to gyms to actually spin out the medicines back. Alright, but whatever the case is, in that scenario, alright, when she realized that she will have to keep all these items for 2 years, she decided to discard them. So similarly, if you know that you're only using like 5 hyper potions per day and like 2 max revives a day, and you've got like 500 max potions and you've got 500 max revives, clearly that's going to take you over 250 days to finish all. Alright, this is assuming you don't even get any of the amount back at all. Alright, so take that into consideration, how many potions you're using per day and how many you can keep. So for me, normally what I do is also I will keep about 10 max revive, because I know later on I'm going to meet my community, we're going to do some raids together, and we're going to get back the revives and hyper potions and everything. So I'm not worried to actually not keep that many, but because the next few days also we're not going to fight rocket grunts like crazy or anything, so I can still have my storage space at this stage. But of course, if I'm going to fight 100 rocket grunts in a day, then yes, I need to actually have the revives and whatsoever all stocked in. If you guys are also wondering if I need to save up the shadow Pokemon, I have my shadow Pokemon all prepared, over 100 prepared for the next level, so yes, I don't have to worry about that. But whatever the case is, when we have to battle the rocket grunts during that level phase to go to the next level, that's when I need to get the potion. So all this is all planned out. You can plan out by looking at the bottom again to see the level. So they are Purify 100 Shadow Pokemon, I'm ready. Whereas for this one, I don't need that. You can swipe to the left to see the next stage, swipe to the left to see the next stage. So yes, only at level 76, from level 75 to 76, then I'll need to defeat 100 Team Go Rocket Grunts. So with that, that indicates to me that, you know, like at level 74 to level 75, I would then need to gain back the potions and keep. But of course, I can start keeping now and keep maybe about 50 each, and then I can start doing that, you see. But of course, for me, I just need to keep 50. Reason for that is also because my Pokemon are powered up. The higher that you have powered up your Pokemon, the chances of you needing to use potions and revives will be lower, because they have higher hit points, they have higher damage, and they take down the grunt Pokemon much quicker. Alright, makes sense? Alright, as for Pokeballs wise, like I said, it depends on how many you're going to catch. So for a community day for myself, if it's a good community day Pokemon, I decide to play super duper hard, I will keep about 3000 Ultra Balls, because I know I'll be capable of catching 2000 Pokemon. So I'll multiply that by 1.5 times, like my targeted amount multiplied by 1.5 times, just in case some of the balls drop and the Pokemon knock the ball back, etc. I still have an excess of 1.5 times 50% of extra of what I intend to use. So the other two other balls like Pokeball and Great Ball, I'm not going to use them all, because I'll be focusing to hand catch and catch all the way. So even for like a Spotlight Hour, etc., I will catch about 700 to 800 plus Pokemon, so that I'll try to have about 1000 to 1200 Ultra Balls. So that's what I usually would do. That's for me, okay? So for most people, if you are intending to catch about, let's say, 900 Pokemon, alright, during a community, it means 300 in 1 hour. Then to keep about 1400 or 1500 balls will make more sense. Alright, so always think about the number 1.5 times of whatever that you are planning to catch during that period. So then if you know that the upcoming community day is going to be something that's good, or Spotlight Hour that you're going to play, then you have to keep more balls. Alright, so even for me, I do keep up to 7 or 8000 balls, and I sometimes can clear about 3000 in a day, catching Pokemon, not discarding them, okay? However, during the recent Harvest Festival event, if you guys saw one of my posts that I posted, after the recent Harvest Festival event, I had slight issue with my item bag space. But even so, I was able to manage it accordingly, and I'm able to get the balls back. And berries wise, the thing about me though, I focus on Berry Master Medal a lot, hence why I do not discard any of my berries at all. But if you're having problem with your item bag space and you do not care for the Berry Master at all, alright, and you're already platinum for this, then just discard the berries. Okay, honestly, just discard the berries. Obviously, the berries wise, the most ideal berry to discard would be raspberry, nut berry, or pine nut berry, if you don't want to use the pine nut berry to get extra candies. To keep the golden raspberry and silver pine nut berries makes the most sense, alright, because they actually give you a better value for using them, and they take up the same amount of storage space as the others, alright, including using them to feed your buddy Pokemon. You just need one golden raspberry or one silver pine nut berry, and you get that to basically the full fat. Alright, whereas if you use the regular raspberry, nut berry, or pine nut berry, you have to use 3, alright, to actually get it up all the way to the max fat. That means they are full, your Pokemon is full, alright. So the thing is, for berries wise, you can discard accordingly if you don't need to use that much, but I would recommend discarding like the nut berry, because in accordance to like the 3 priority wise, the nut berry is like the least priority according to what most people wouldn't need to use. So that's what I recommend doing. So another thing though, as we are also going through here right now, do not be worried about discarding your items, alright? If you are worried about discarding your items, then we have a problem with your item bag space. Eventually the cycle continues that if you're trying to keep your items, to hoard your items, and you get worried that you will not be able to get it back, then your item bag is just going to be full forever. Yeah, even if you are able to buy the max item bag, which is currently at 9750, which is what I have, it's still not going to be enough for you. This game is all about management. It's all about item management and Pokemon management, and see how you manage your item bag properly and everything. I've never had major issue with my item bag at all until the end of the Harvest Festival, where I had 0 balls or whatsoever. But eventually I'm still able to manage it accordingly, especially the next day. I just kept, you know, feeding my gyms, and then I'm able to now have ample amount of space. So as for your trainer boost, which is your premium items, yes, please use them, especially if you have excess of certain items, including your incense, etc. Alright, don't keep 200, 300, 400 incense and then you don't use them. If you are planning to go out for a walk, you go out for a cycle or whatsoever, for an hour or even just 45 minutes, use your incense. Use it once and you get a Pokemon every minute. It's better than having item bag problem with 200 or 300 incense. Alright, likewise for your star piece, when it's an event like a community day, or when you want to grind for Stardust, when it's 2 times, 3 times, or 4 times catch Stardust, use your star piece. Alright, it will definitely help you. And including the lucky egg also, if you hit best friend or ultra friends with your friend, use the lucky egg. And even if you want to go for red hour also, use 2 lucky egg, you'll last for 1 hour. At least you are using it and not clogging up your item bag space. Make sense? Alright, so for other items, I know a lot of people have been wondering like, oh yeah, Brandon, I got like 200, 300 or 500 rare candies. Yes, the lady whom I was helping with yesterday also, she had 27 rare candies XL and about 300 rare candies. Of course, that's not a crazy number compared to what I have seen. I've seen people with like, you know, thousands of even rare candy XL and they do not know what to use it on. So my recommendation is always this. So 2 things though. First, if you do not know what to use it on, the best Pokemon that I recommend to use is on mythical Pokemon, alright? So the mythical Pokemon would be, the best Pokemon is Diancie. Okay, so the reason for that is because it is the #1 rock type Pokemon to use. Then after that, you can look for mythical, alright, and remove the ones that are rated. Okay, so basically these are the ones that you can get only from the research. Deoxys, all this, you know, they could be from the research also, but basically do not use the rare candies on the ones that can be rated for, but basically you can use it on Keldeo or, you know, Celebi or Mew. This is purely for collection and what I have done for myself. But if you don't wish to take this route, then there's a different route for you. Alright, so for candy wise, what I would use, okay, for candy XL wise, what I'm doing now is Keldeo. Still trying to get it up to 296 yet again, because that's going to be my second level 50 round, and I'm just saving for another new Keldeo in the future. As for the regular candy, what I'm using it on, there are a few Pokemon that I use it on. First is Palkia. Alright, regardless of which Palkia, it doesn't matter because it will still go to Palkia candy. But it's for the origin Palkia to use my spatial rent. So I try to keep the candies above 3000. Clearly, it's already under 3000 because I've been using it very, very frequently the last few days. The second Pokemon that I use it on is Kyurem. Alright, the reason for that why I use it on Kyurem is because I use Ice Burn very, very often so that I can catch the Pokemon, especially during raid hour, much easier for myself. I used to have 13,000, alright, Kyurem candies, and it's gone all the way down to now 7,000. So that's something I need to top up. Alright, but for Palkia wise, I'm also gonna top up, and that's what I use it for. But you can use it in accordance to what you prefer. Alright, so for those of you who are wondering what's the second way of using a rare candies, well, basically, you can use it on Pokemon that you would try to get the candies and the candy XL that you need for. So like, for example, if you do not really spend money in the game like the way I do, then you really want to use it on a top tier Pokemon like Zacian, you know, Kyurem, Eternity Snow, okay, Mewtwo, you know, Zamazenta, Kyogre, Groudon, Rayquaza, Necrozma, etc. Alright, the top tier counters legendary Pokemon. Alright, because to get the candies is not easy to get. But honestly speaking, for me, I do not need the candies anymore because I do raid a lot. And my candies is in the thousands. Even my Zacian and Zamazenta, they're all in the thousands. Kyurem, they're all in the thousands. XL candies at 3,500. So hence, I do not need the candy and candy XL as much. For myself, yeah, Mewtwo is at 33,000 over there. So even my Kyogre is in the thousands, and yeah, Palkia is also in the thousands. I think I showed that already. Yeah, Necrozma is also in the thousands. So because I am spending money in the game to actually do the raids, my choice of using the rare candy is very different from those who actually do not spend money in the game. Make sense? Alright, so that's that. We just got ourselves a super potion there. See, the potions just keep coming in. Yeah, and of course it also depends on where you're living, whether you have access to Pokestop and gyms also. Yeah, and also whether you open gifts, you are able to open a lot of gifts or not also, because if your friends send you gifts or not, and how many people you have on your friends list. Okay, so for the premium item for the passes, yes, I do save up and stock up about at least 200. This will last me about a week, which is good enough for me. So it depends on how many you're willing to keep. Obviously, not everyone is willing to spend money in the game, but if you're willing to spend money in the game or able to save up your Pokecoins to buy the 99 passes box, the 5,425 Pokecoins box, okay, then it depends on how many boxes you're willing to buy. Some people, they're like, oh Brandon, I will buy my premium battle passes until I have 900 or 1,000. I'm like, yeah bro, but how long are you going to take to use your 1,000 premium battle passes? Oh, I do not know, like maybe 6 months. Then I'm like, ask yourself this, within 180 days, do you not think you will encounter the 99 passes box again? Then he's like, I'm pretty sure I will. So why do you buy so many then? Yeah, so if you're going to buy half the amount, meaning 500 premium passes, that will last you 3 months. That is still very long. Yeah, you will have item bag problem eventually, because premium battle passes, incubators, the premium items, basically the premium items including here, they all take up item bag space, including purified gem, including the max particles, but the super rocket radar, if I'm not mistaken, it doesn't. But the incubators, they do, alright? They do take up space, and they take up space, not just one space, they take up like whatever number you have is whatever number that is, you know, taken up. Alright, so your premium battle passes depends on how many you are going to use also. So you can even stock up 2 weeks worth of premium battle passes for yourself, and everybody plays the game, like I said, differently. Some people do 5 raids a day, some people do just 1 free pass a day, some people do 50 raids a day. And if you are going to do 50 raids a day, then obviously up to 50 raids a day and all in person, yeah, not using remotes. 50 raids a day in 1 week, you will use 350 premium battle passes, which is more than what I have. So I do not do 50 raids a day anymore, like what I used to do in the past. But if you're still doing that, then obviously you need to keep about 400 more than 450 passes. Alright, you still want to have a bit of excess, not just nice for 1 week and that's it. You try to keep about 2 weeks worth, so you need to keep about 450 to about 700 premium battle passes if you are doing 50 raids a day. Alright, but if you're doing like 5 raids a day, well, in a week you're going to do 35 raids. If you minus away your free passes, that's 28 premium battle passes that you use per week. So if you're having like 500 premium battle passes, isn't that going to last you like for 18 weeks? Yeah, which is about 4.5 months, which is very long. Alright, so take that into consideration. The box will come back, okay? So the next one that we're going to talk about, not Mozilla, everything we don't need to talk about, would be the TMs. So TMs wise, I see a lot of people keeping a lot of TMs, your fast TMs, your charge TMs. I've seen the lady who I was helping with over 200 fast TMs and like 180 charge TMs. The thing is, I would recommend going through your Pokemon and TMing your Pokemon to use your TMs first. After that, you can discard and you leave a certain amount of TMs left. Hang on. Sorry, that was my alarm. Okay, so anyway, I was saying, for the TMs wise, the fast TM, I will keep only about 5. Alright, 5 and 10 charge TM. So the ratio is 1:2. So if you have not changed a lot of moves with your Pokemon, you can keep 20, 40. You can keep 25, 50 or so. But if you want to keep 120, 100 and 200, that's 300 TMs that's taking up your item bag space. That's a lot, alright? If you are raiding consistently, maybe doing like 2 or 3 raids a day, including going for raid days, etc., eventually your TMs will come back, alright? So the same question I'll throw at you is, how long will your 100 and your 200 charge TMs last you? Are you going to utilize them in the next 1 week? If no, then just discard them. I know it feels hard pain to like, Brendan, but I got them from the raids and it's really rare to me. Why should I discard them? This I spend money on it. Now, technically, yes, but also at the same time, you are having item bag problems, so it's ideal to like remove them, you know. So take that into consideration. And yes, I have a lot of elite fast and charge TMs, although I don't use them also. Yeah, you guys saw in the previous video how I use my elite fast TMs here. Ha! So for evolution items, I usually keep one of everything. I discarded all of them at one point because of the Harvest Festival. I had to delete everything, but eventually I got a few back, and I still deleted them again, even though I got them back also. So it depends on how frequently you're also able to spin Pokestops. Since I'm able to get 5 Pokestops at home, I'm able to get the evolution items if I really need to. But whatever the case is, if you have access like 20 or 15 Sunstones and 12 or 15 Metal Coat, question is again, when are you going to use them? If you do use them for evolution to evolve your Scyther to Scizor with Metal Coat to get XP or to register to your decks to increase the number or whatever result, use your upgrade to evolve the Porygon 2 to Porygon Z all the time, then it makes sense to keep. But if you're keeping them and they're just taking up item bag space, you can clearly just remove about 60 to 70 evolution items easily if you have about 10 of each, which that will help you in your item bag management. Alright, but that's basically it in terms of everything that I'd like to tell you guys in terms of how you manage your item bag space. I'm not here to tell you guys how you guys should manage your item bag space in accordance to following my footsteps, because I play the game very differently. Like I said, everybody plays the game very differently from each of us, and depending on our playground where we are, we then have access to more Pokestop or fewer Pokestops, etc. I even would say though that even though we play in the same area in Singapore Sports Hub with my community members, etc. Not everyone keep the same items that as I do, because there are certain things that they'll prefer doing over what you know, other people. Likewise, I prefer doing certain things. Not everyone cares for the Berry Master, but every time you feed a berry, I get the Stardust. But that's not the important thing for me. The important thing is for the Berry Master medal, the numbers just to go up. That's the whole idea, okay? And that's me. But that's it from me, man. If you guys enjoyed this video, definitely remember to leave a like on the video. It'd be much appreciated. Thank you very much. If you found it useful, share with your friends, share with your community. I know it's a long one, but just want to give you guys more information. Alright, so it's time to say goodbye. So goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.